Good morning.
Good morning.
Let everybody get settled. Welcome to our Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of the Emerald Coast. We are a religious community united by our UU principles listed on the back of our order of service. Here we are committed to service, spiritual growth, and caring fellowship. I'm Deborah Baker Ryan, and your service leader this morning, and I've been a member of this community for 28 years. If you are visiting today, you will find more information about us in your order of service and on our website, uufec.com. If you haven't already, please fill out a visitor card at the table by the front door so that we can connect with you and send you information about upcoming events here. The UUFEC does not require a common creed for membership, but we do share our commitment to our UU principles and values. We believe each of us is on a spiritual journey, and we share our quest for a more meaningful life with each other. We welcome you to share that journey with us. This week's announcements are listed in your order of service on that last interior page. After the service today, please join us for snacks, refreshments, and conversation around our table in the back. After 15 minutes or so, join us to explore our second hour activities, which are noted in your order of service on that last page inside. Today's activities are the speaker circle, which will be up front, where you'll get to talk back to the poets that we're going to have today. And choir practice in the harmony room, this room right here, and healing from religious trauma in the library. I don't see Melissa, she usually leads that, but I'm sure she'll show up. And for all you fathers out there and wanna-be fathers, happy Father's Day. Chalice lighting today. Oh, I forgot to ask someone. Would one of the kids come up and help us do that? Come on, Shua. Come on. I'm sorry, I forgot to ask. I'm just messing up by the numbers, aren't I? Perfect. Thank you, Shua. Good job. Our chalice lighting today is, this service is all about poetry today. And so our chalice lighting is, poetry is ordinary language, raised to the nth degree. Poetry is boned with ideas, nerved and blooded with emotions, all held together by the delicate, tough skin of words. That's Paul Engle. Our opening words today, I thought I'd give you a little short history of Poetry Sunday at UUFEC, because it has been a tradition for decades here, so I'm very excited about that. Today's special service is our annual UUFEC Poetry Sunday. Here's how it came about. Decades ago, in the long history of this congregation, we've been here almost 60 years, two poet laureates, Fran Budoff and Scotty Zielinski, decided that they wanted to honor poets in our congregation. So we celebrate our UUFEC poets and their poetry on this day. Fran and Scotty went on to create an annual UUFEC Poetry Sunday service where our congregational poets could share their original poetry with us all. For many years now, our beloved community has created space in our Sunday services for our UUFEC poets. I can't wait for you to hear them. We've got a stellar cast this year. It's been a couple years since we had a poetry service. Our first hymn today, if you're willing and able to stand and sing with me, is Come Sing a Song With Me, number 346. And the words should be up here momentarily. There we go. Thank you. That was excellent. Our time for all ages is for all ages, but we encourage our children in our fellowship and in this congregation today to come up. And we're going to not have a story today, but we're going to have some poetry today. We have some poets among us. And
I'm having the kids read. I couldn't find any of them who wanted to read today, but I'll read a poem, and
Okay.
I'll read something from Michelle Silverstein as well.
oh, okay, perfect.
All right, so I'm going to start with a poem that I wrote. I didn't give it a name. Just wrote it last week. So here it goes.
This is Rachel Moore.
Oh, yes. Hi, everyone. So one day, I found it, and I forgot the time before it. Then I lost it, but I found it again. I didn't want to lose it, so I held it tightly. So tightly, I crushed it. Lost forever, remembering the time before. And here's one by Michelle Silverstein. It's called Light in the Attic. There's a light on in the attic. Though the house is dark and shuttered, I can see a flickering flutter, and I know what it's about. There's a light on in the attic. I can see it from the outside, and I know you're on the inside, looking out. Thank you.
Great. I have a couple from Ogden Nash about animals. My favorite Ogden Nash poem, and probably my favorite poem about animals, is The Hippopotamus. Some of the adults in the room know that poem. Here it is. And picture in your mind what a hippopotamus looks like, okay? Behold the hippopotamus. We laugh at how he looks to us. And yet, in moments dank and grim, I wonder how we look to him. Peace, peace, thou hippopotamus. We really look all right to us, as you no doubt delight the eye of other hippopotami. Here's one about dogs, and you'll recognize this when I get to the last line, so listen carefully. The dog. The truth I do not stretch or shove when I state that the dog is full of love. I've also found by actual test, a wet dog is the lovingest. They want to get all over you, don't they? Here's a poem about the firefly. Everybody knows what a firefly is, right? The firefly's flame is something for which science has no name. I can think of nothing eerier than flying around with an unidentified glow on a person's posterior. Strange. And the last one is not really an animal, but it's something that you will recognize. It's called the germ. A mighty creature is the germ, though smaller than the pachyderm. His customary dwelling place is deep within the human race. His childish pride he often pleases by giving people strange diseases. Do you, my puppet, feel infirm? You probably contain a germ. I thought those were fun. So we're not going to sing the children out today, or the young children, young adults, not children. But we're going to let them stay with us and enjoy all the poetry that we're going to have today. So you guys can stay there. You can go back if you want to where you were sitting before. Are we sure that nobody's going to read for us from the RE group?
Chris, you want to do the swap here?
No, I was talking to the children, asking them if any of them wanted to do that.
I thought you were asking.
No. Okay, so let's continue on with our regularly scheduled program here. We will have the sharing of joys, milestones, and concerns. And for those of you that are new in the service, the sharing of joys, milestones, and concerns is a tradition in our fellowship. You are welcome to drop a glass pebble into the water silently or while speaking a few words into the microphone. This practice shares our joys and helps us support each other in our sorrows. Remember to tell about others only with their permission. This is a sacred time for us. That's awesome. So this part of our service is called meditation. And I searched to find something that I wanted for us to share with you about something that you could meditate on. And I couldn't find anything that I really liked, so I wrote a poem. So this poem actually kind of goes with Sean's poem, which I did not know he was going to do. So think about this, and we'll start our meditation with this. The title of the poem is Sequel. Birth. Everything after is sequel to what came before. We write and rewrite our story, hoping we will have a different sequel, a sequel that matches our brain's desire. Hardly ever happens. And we are worse for longing after our imagined sequel, never satisfied, still wondering, what comes after this? Time suck defeats our spirit. Let your sequel unfold. Don't push. Now we have the part of our service where we have our offering. After our song of dedication, which Cecile will play in a moment, our greeters will take up the offering. Generosity is a spiritual practice. Our fellowship is supported by our pledges and our donations. If you're paying your pledge today with a check, please make a note in the memo line. We also have a tradition we call Share the Plate, where we split equally all cash donations and checks not marked as pledges with a local charity. For the month of June, our Share the Plate partner is Niceville PFLAG. Thank you for your generosity. So now on to the really great stuff. Our Poetry Sunday poets today are Chris Larson, Robert Larson, Heidi Kleiman, Doria Grace Davis, and Lauren Boyer. And if you folks will come up, then I won't have to say your name again. And we'll start with Chris and Robert.
Hello. This one is called Blue. Your breathing halts. A sudden stop. COVID vaccine backfires. Immune response explodes. Lips turn blue. Can't suck air. Between gasps, you mouth 3 words as you fade. Does this mean you're dying? I shudder at your nod. 9/11 seems to take forever to respond. An ambulance arrives, paramedics load you, race away. I chase but fall behind, strain to keep the flashing lights in sight. My mind bounces pothole to pothole. Without you, life will not be ours. I can't grasp this void. Like deja vu, I feel that we are neither here nor there. Like when my tongue seeks a gap left by a missing tooth, touches where it was, a hole between hard edges, a molar on each side, a hollow space, dis-ease of soul. If you leave this world before me, will I fool myself like a ghost itching that searches for a severed limb? Will my ears still hear you sing your whistle as your soul? Will I convince myself you're at our table eating soft-boiled eggs and toast? Will my arm reach out to take your favorite mug, to make your favorite tea? What if the last person to use this spoon is dead? A meal we could have shared lies neglected on the plate. If you had not returned that day, each night I dreamed that you were here, snuggled in our bed. In the morning I would awaken and find myself mistaken. It was just your pillow or the sheet rolled up against my back. Soothing, the sounds you make while breathing, but wonders start anew. Are you here to stay? It's your birthday, 68 today, a date you almost missed. What if you were swallowed by that amorphous something I now sense just out of sight, just below my shoulder blades? I can't forget. Still see you lying there beneath the tree, airway blocked, lips blue, eyes fading fast. From deep inside, a sob erupts, ground begins to shake, and then I realize you are truly here. As if to celebrate your life, flowers burst more splendid than before. Azaleas bank against our long-leaf pines. Mast-like trunks, trees rise 100 feet and more. Limbs swept by morning breeze, silhouettes against blue sky, warmed by sun. Other colors vie to charm our eyes. Ornamental almond, Russian olive, white, slightly sweet in scent, subtle, like the thread of life. Clamor to change my mood, help complete this birthday poem. Happy to see you still alive, my blue eyes on the real you. Back Time for one short one? This is called Proof Enough. And there's a sculpture in the doorway that I did, and I'm working on something like that in this poem. Proof Enough. Angle grinder in hand, I smooth shapes cut by fire from 1-inch plates of steel. Urge the pieces toward a sculpture in my mind. Sparks fly, red shards cool to black as they arc downward. Next, I grasp a large file, back and forth, back and forth. Absently, I glance past heavy metal to the table that supports it, surprised by a snowflake design. Tiny bits of iron vibrate into one large pattern, black, that dances with each stroke of file across the white Formica tabletop. This is proof enough for me.
Since my pandemic near-death experience, I felt drawn to write near-death poetry. This sonnet won a statewide award. Sacred ground. Beneath an ancient forest, pine and oaken, sun filters through the life-sustaining leaves. In pause, my bounding heart from words unspoken, I strain to hear truths whispered on the breeze. Unseen inside, trunk rings tell timely tales. In me, age tempo pulses its own beat. We've weathered drought, blight, flood, and cat 4 whales. Yet still we stand, these trees, my heart's retreat. Roots intertwine through earth beneath unheard. Within my breast, heart thumps its vital sound. Boughs branch toward truths unnamed, uncaught by word. For every step we walk on sacred ground. Each thump bump searches on its unknown quest, where countless trees have risen, lived, then died. My autonomic pulse beats nonetheless, to nature's archetype hidden here inside. Leaves undulate in questions as they fall. Each leaf a prayer the past ones understand. A longleaf pine gives perch to birds in call. My heart pounds to the rhythm of this land. Life's question marks in endless ponder grow, in curving arches branching overhead. My heartbeat asks of truth we cannot know. Our consciousness links living with the dead. For now I stand in wonder, struck and still, where every beat asks how I'm best to be. Accompanied by ancient woodland thrill, wind hints in whispers, life's a mystery. And one more, this one is, thanks. Aging with grace requires a sense of humor. A steady hand. Nanny Muller's penmanship compared to none, I thought. My nanny formed each ABC the same way I'd been taught. Except hers were artful, drawn in wavy trembles of her pen. Oh, how I wish I'd saved my nanny's birthday wishes to enjoy again and yet again. A wish come true. My 7-decade hands now channel nanny's whimsy ways. Attempts to read my notes to self most often leave me in a doofy daze. Gone are needle threadings, splinter tendings, love note sendings. Gone my confidence and steadiness. It turns out true, we take in stride our aptitudes until they're missed. In tribute to dexterity, though viewed with nonchalance, despite my pen's unclarity, befitting artful color, I prize my wiggly font of fonts and dub it Nanny Muller.
Yes, hi, I'm Heidi Kleiman, and I've got 3 poems. One's really short, 2 are kind of medium, but should be pretty quick here. So the first one is called A Romani Life. Should you wander, may you never be lost. If the tides seek you out, may you be willing to pay their cost. It is not the soul which seeks to find the shores of peace, but in the heart's desire to find our minds at ease. Wanderlust is fiery home, discomfort the seeds of peace set to roam. The next one I have is called The Pause. It was nearly 6 years that I stayed in the pause. Under the gruesome weight of grief and the dismemberment of loss, I clawed to the very top and back to the bottom so many times I lost count, fully lost myself in the rapture of it all while barely making a sound. In those depths and across all that time, eventually I came around to find a most important part of who I am. Something I once held silently because it shook and trembled like a collapsing dam. I was afraid to let my heart pour without direction, afraid that I had fully lost myself to disconnection. The space, the silence, the marching on of time, the anger, the pain, the hope and love, all mine. And then like an echo, the pause reminded me, like an old friend just hoping to play new songs while quietly waiting, that the ability to flourish takes root in the soil of loss and grief, and I am finally growing most alive and happily. And this last one I have for you is called Love. Love is safety, love is kind. It is the door to all the things our souls just cannot leave behind. And if we let it, love can grow us and calm the great unknown. Love is safety, love is kind, love is home. Love is freedom, love is wise. It is the elemental fabric of all the good things in this life. There are many tables set and many more to go. Love is freedom, love is wise, love is home. Love is selfless, love is alive. It leads us when the lights go out and chaos tries to climb. But life is not a game. We will not give up or fold, because love is selfless, love is alive, love is home. When we share the deepest parts of us, our universe connects in trust with other souls who know that we can't let people think they're all alone. Invite them back to love, back to living, and to walk on home. May we embody that safety that chooses to be kind, chooses to remind ourselves and others combined that love is hope through the wildest unknowns. Love is unshakable peace deep in our souls. Love is our truest, most sacred home.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lauren Boyer. I haven't been here for a little while because I am now a manager at Michael's in Destin. Yay. Wonderful. And I'm still at the bottom of the pyramid, and so I get to work Sundays most of the time, but I will. Today is Father's Day, and an honor to all the fathers out there. I am, here it is. I have found 2 poems about 2 of my fathers. I'm lucky enough to have more than one father, so, and this one sort of ties in with the sequel and the life after delivery poems. Okay. This is called Maybe My First Memory. Maybe my first memory is slowly being led by the gentle nurse down the sunlit hospital hallway. Here is your father's room, but he wasn't there. This man was bald and his smile broken. Beeps, blips, and he slowly touched me, some mumbled words that might have changed my life. Lying in that metal bed, becoming one with tubes and machines, maybe my first memory, or my last. All right. All right. This is about another father of mine. Okay. It's called The Bayou. Waiting by the canoe, by the bayou. Dad is parking the truck. I'm coffee cold and shivering. We launch across the black depths under the first sticky pine light, past quiet docks and yachts, to a last bastion of trees, on the bayou silent. Then a whistle. A robin brings my father's camera. It's captured, but I steer closer. And he's gone. And our oars lap the still black waters. Thank you. And I found another poem that takes place in a hospital. Boy, am I perky. Gosh. It's called I'm Not Angry. I'm not angry, as the neurologist calmly assures to my wife and me, how simple the procedure will be, and I can drop the chemical leash and be free, but I'm not. I'm not angry, as the neurologist precisely questions in the windowless office. My wife describes my nocturnal horrors, babbling, screaming, staring, walking, and I'm never invited. I'm not angry, as my childhood history is compressed into lists of shames and side effects, and medications making me something quieter, someone whose emotions are invalidated, but I'm not. Thank you so much.
Thanks to everybody. I feel really honored to share this stage with all of you. This is, I'm Doria Grace Davis. This is Velvet Clockwork. Your words spill into the night, soft like velvet, under the cloak of twilight. You whisper, all of which blurs my mind, the soft rhythm of blood beating and pounding blue, wary of this new constant, for it is like clockwork, on time and certain of itself. This is 3 words. Suspended in the air, on your lips, on your voice, tangled in my hair. It is all I've wished for and never thought could be. Love between you and me. What sultry mistress is flowing now from my eyes, unchecked like stars between my sighs, breaking like the seas against my chest, unbridled passion put to the test. Oh, how I wish to claim this deep, watery crown and wear it from dusk to dawn. But it's not real. It's just a dream. You're just a sight left to be unseen. An illusion between the sheets of old lovers who strike out against each other, angrily to catch the first blow, always the first to know that true love is not a destination in hell, but an incantation for something far more evil. And this last one is called Choices. What's the core to learned behavior? Patterns, actions, choices you can count on, follow through on. You can do yourself without waiting, pursuing, chasing, or baiting, hoping that someday these same decisions will result in the love you think you deserve. Thank you.
Wow, let's give them all a round of applause. That was awesome. So we'll extinguish the chalice. And the chalice reading I chose today is from Carol Duffy. You can find poetry in everyday life. Your memory, in what people say on the bus, in the news, or just what's in your heart. I think that's what we heard today. Please stay seated for our postlude, and after the postlude, please join us in the back for refreshment and conversation. And thank you for coming here today. Thank you, Cecile. It's done.